Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. This will most likely be up straight after my Doctor Who Series 6 Episode 1 review, so this is same day. Yeah, so this video is going to be my vlog video or my 2-week adventure in Sydney as it was. So I'm going to cover like my internship and my time in Sydney, just to give a general overview. Yes, so basically I don't know if I've actually mentioned what I'm studying, like, because I've mentioned that I'm at uni and that, but I don't think I've actually mentioned what I'm studying, because I'm doing I'm studying journalism at uni, the intention of eventually being a journalist. So I'm in my final year, and as part of my degree I have to do 4 weeks internship, and I basically been, because one of the options is you can do 2 weeks at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, because they've got their own paper, the Bush Telegraph, and that was the one that I've been wanting to do, because one of the girls I work with at Target, she was saying that she did the internship, like, this was last year, and I thought that sounded really awesome and wanted to do it. And so I got in contact with my the coordinator who covers the print aspect of the journalism course, and I basically applied. Like, I had to send off my own, like, the resume and everything, and yeah, and ended up getting into the program. I mean, I don't know how many people actually applied, because it was like 8 of us, I think, in total, like, for the paper, because there was you could do the paper, like, doing, like, the writing and sourcing stories and stuff, or you could do PR as the other option. But obviously, with my studies being in journalism, I have no idea how to do PR, so I just applied for the paper. And yeah, so I spent 2 weeks in Sydney while I and, like, went to the show every day, or most days, because I actually had 2 days off in that 14-day period. So I stayed with my auntie who lives in Parkley, which is, it's in Western Sydney. It's kind of trying to explain, around Blacktown, yeah, not far from Blacktown, which is yeah, Western Sydney. And because Parkley's, because there's, like, Parkley markets and that, which I never actually went to the markets while I was there, even though it was, like, right down the road. Never actually got the chance to go. But yeah, so I stayed with my auntie, and I caught the train every day to Olympic Park, which is where the show is. It's actually where the Sydney Olympic Games were, about 10 years ago. They moved the show to the grounds there. So yeah, most days my auntie actually drove me to the station, because it was like the weather and that, it's sort of, some days it was like actually raining, and it was, so she drove me those days. So I think I caught the bus into the station like 4 times in that 2-week period. So yeah, I became quite the expert at catching the train every day, because where I live, like, I use Catch the Bus, and it's like, the transport here sucks. But in Sydney, if like, you had access to where you wanted to go, it's actually quite a real change. Like, says it's pretty regular, like weekdays, obviously weekends. Well, the trains run most, like, all the time pretty much. It's just the buses and that, like, weekends and because it's Easter, you obviously have public holidays, so the buses weren't running normal times there, and which is, I guess, better than, like, say here where I live, the buses don't run at all, so on public holidays. But yeah, so because I ended up just getting a fortnightly ticket to cover the transport, like, for the trains, because that was my main mode of to get to the show. And I actually got reimbursed, so that was actually pretty cool, even though that money's all gone, just about. So, but yeah, it was actually a real, like, eye-opener, because it just gave, like, a feel to what it'd be actually like to work at a, say, because I want to go into print. Like, I don't want to do, like, broadcast journalism, because, yeah, I much have, well, print or radio, but print's what I want to go into. So, yeah, and, like, because I'm actually quite introverted. Like, you probably wouldn't tell by looking, like, from my videos, but, like, I have the hardest time, actually, like, I get quite nervous about approaching people, which is quite strange, because I want to be a journalist. You think it's not exactly the right career path, like, but over the 2 weeks I actually became a bit more confident in, like, approaching people for quotes, and so yeah, it sort of, like, helped in that regard, like, because obviously journalists write stories, have to get quotes, and that, so, yeah, and it's actually, yeah, so some of, like, the stories I wrote, because it's quite funny, because, my stories, because we just obviously covered what was happening at the show, and, yeah, most of my stories were either covering dogs or flowers, so, because at the end we kind of got, like, these, I guess you type of awards you get, like, at fun, just like, well, not like silly things, but mine was the flower and dog expert award. So 9 times out of 10 they were the events that I was covering, because I covered, like, the first day of the dog judging. Second day I actually interviewed Dr. Harry. He's a television personality here in Australia, because he's, like, yeah, he's a TV vet, so that was actually quite cool. Yeah, and then sort of, yeah, I did, like, the Rose Championships, the Interflora Championship. So, yeah, that was pretty much what I covered. In the last few days of the actual internship, I covered alpacas, because that was actually funny in itself, because up until that point, this was, like, the third last day of the show, and because our actual editor person, she didn't like alpacas, so they the stories were avoided for, like, up until then, and then because she's like, oh, we have to cover alpacas, and so that was actually quite funny. But I mean, I don't mind alpacas, like, I think they're quite cute, but yeah, I'm just weird like that, so, but yeah, so overall, it's a good experience. I mean, it was hectic, and my hours were so unpredictable. I mean, the latest I think I came out was, like, 8, it was 8, because that was the day I actually tried to catch the bus home, but because it was late, the buses had stopped running every 10 minutes or so, so they were, like, every half hour, and I was at the station, and because I actually think my aunt was more, like, I had no problem waiting, but my aunt didn't like the idea of me waiting at the station at that time of night, so she ended up coming to get me, so I didn't end up catching the bus home, so, but yeah, it's just, because, I mean, I was actually pretty lucky, because, I mean, I didn't actually, I mean, I actually didn't finish, I finished at like 6:30, that was the latest, because that's why I got home at 8, like about 8, so, because it was about an hour, half hour, 45 minutes to get from the show to the station, vice versa, and, so, yeah, that was pretty much, like, the daily, thing. I mean, because one of the girls, she was staying out at Colorado, which is in the Northern Beaches, I think. It's, like, far out, like on the pretty much close to the opposite end of Sydney from, Olympic Park, and I think she was getting home at like 10, so like at night, so I was pretty fortunate, and yeah, so that was pretty much just the experience of travelling by train, and I can actually see why so many people opt to go public transport. I mean, you hear so much negative stuff on the news, like trains aren't on time, yeah, like overcrowding, but I never really had that problem. I mean, yeah, it was busy, but most days I could get a seat, so that was pretty good. And like the trains for me were relatively on time. So, I mean, it's probably like depending on where you were going, whether there were delays. But I was never late to work, so that was always a bonus. So, yeah, let's say, basically, like, I mean, it was hectic, and there were some really bad days, which I'll get to in a bit, but, overall, I loved the experience. It was long, but I think what I got out of it, like, the experience, and, I think that the benefits will far outweigh, like, it may seem like such a crazy period now, but in the long haul, it'll come in handy. Like, I'll be able to put it on my resume that I did this experience, and yeah, so like, it'll help I'll be able to help, it'll help me, like, a step towards getting a job in the, like, after I'm finished with uni. And, yeah, so, because most of the time, obviously, I was in the Bush Telegraph, because the starts varied, like that. I mean, 8:30 was because we had, like, an editorial meeting, like, where we discussed stories and, like, what we were going to cover for the day, and then, we were, like, let loose, so to speak, and we had to report back at 1, which most cases, I mean, depending on what stories, because some of the, like, it was judging, those weren't until, like, later in the afternoon, like 5, but, if you wanted to try and get an early, like, to leave early, then, obviously, it was best if you could cover a story, in that period. It wasn't actually that expensive, just briefly, like, for lunch and that, because we got our own, like, we got coupons and that, so, because we had, like, a staff cafe where we could go and have lunch, which I ended up, once I actually found where the staff cafe was, because the first day I was, like, wandering around trying to find where it was, and in the end I got nachos, and they were the most horrible nachos I'd ever had, which is sad because I love nachos, and it was like $8.50, so I was like, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, just random things, but but I ate so much stuff over the past few weeks, like, I mean, obviously with my coupons, because we had the meal coupons where we could get a meal, which was like lunch, dessert and a drink. So it was really good, and the food wasn't that bad. Like most days I had a pie, except for Good Friday, which I mean, I'm not like religious or anything, but I grew up in the Catholic faith, so yeah, Good Friday's just kind of become you don't eat meat, which kind of made it hard because it's so convenient just to grab something like snack food wise, like a pie, because we have like had $5 vouchers and you could get pies with them, and they were the best pies I've ever had. So from this like award winning like venue thing where like, and you could just use the coupons and get things, because I had so many pies over the past couple of weeks. Yeah, and it's just the food in general. Like, I mean, obviously you had traditional show food like fairy floss, had shaved ice, which, I mean, for the most part, they were like $4.50, and I fell in love with cheese on a stick. It's the nicest one of the nicest things I've ever had. Not good for my body, because I don't want to think how many calories that were in it. Because I think I was the only one out of like my group where I worked who actually liked the cheese on the stick. Because on Good Friday when I came back with one, because Good Friday was like the largest, like the day we had the largest crowds. I think somewhere between 125,000 and 150,000. The reports varied on that, but trying to maneuver your way through that crowd, it was like impossible to move without bumping into someone. And because I was starving, and obviously I couldn't just grab a pie because otherwise I'd feel too guilty. With it, I mean, I was tempted, but yeah, I held off, and I was like, right, I'm starving, I'm getting the cheese on a stick. So I went down, got the cheese on a stick, which I had it actually like a few times throughout the show. And then I came back and I was sort of like nibbling into it, and everyone's like staring, like you think was eating like the fattiest food, or, I mean, it's not the fattiest food, but yeah, the way they were looking at me like when I was eating it, it was quite funny. They were all getting grossed out, that's what I was eating, but I preferred the cheese on a stick to a chip on a stick. I did not like that. Everyone was going on about it, like in the media, and because it was like new this year, but I tried it and I was like, meh, yeah, not up, didn't live up. Like, cheese on a stick was far superior, and yeah, if I'm ever back at the show, that's what I'll be getting, because I had actually been, like, I've only been to the show once before I went, because I went in, I think, 2002, 2001, like, it was quite a long, like, while ago, because I think Dad ended up getting free tickets or something, so that's why we went. But yeah, so when I came back this time round, I never actually went on any rides because I'm not a ride person. So most of the money just went off, like, I just got snack food and stuff. Because, like, it's the show, you had to eat, like, I think that was the least something I had to eat while I was there. Because I think after it, we were all like, oh, when we get home, we're going to pig out on vegetables and salad. That actually hasn't happened yet. My parents are actually away right now, and so yeah, I'm fending for myself, so to speak. So yeah, I haven't been eating real healthy. But yeah, it's just the food. I mean, aside from the nachos I had the first day, the food was really good. Unhealthy but good. And I drank a lot of coffee. I think there's like a journalist stereotype or something. We have a lot of coffee. But, I mean, I drink coffee most days. But, like, I have a cup in the morning because I'm not a morning person. like and so yeah, so I sort of like going through that, and then occasionally I'd buy it at the show, but it's not worth buying coffee at the show. It's most case, I mean, I had one, it was like this one venue because it was Anzac Day, so most places weren't open till 11, but I went to this one place because we all ended up congregating there, and I went for the cheapest one, which was $3.50, and it was a long black, which I did go through a phase where I only drank black coffee, but now it's I have to have white. I can't have black, and it was just disgusting. Which was sad because earlier in the morning I'd actually found the nicest cappuccino. It was at the station, actually, like Blacktown Station, $3.50 for a large cup of coffee, and that is a really good price because normally large is probably like $5, $6, and oh, it was so nice. I ended up, this is towards the end of my time, like the 2 weeks, so I only managed to get a couple of days use out of that, but yeah, nicest coffee, like cappuccino ever, which is my what I tend to get now. So but yeah, that was like little overview of my food experience while I was there. But the first day I actually got on the wrong train on the way home because I was actually let out relatively early, like 4:15. There's only like a couple of days where I ended up being out while it was still light, which the first day was one of them. And I got on the wrong train. I was meant to go to, like, obviously, I mean, not obviously because not everyone knows the Sydney transport system, but basically most days from the train that left Olympic Park was a shuttle service, which went to Lidcombe, which is like a major service where like all trains pass through basically. So the other day, like if it was a public holiday or the weekend, there would be lines direct to like Quakers Hill or Blacktown, and most days I ended up in Blacktown just on that direct line. But I mean, we tried to get the Quakers Hill one once, which is closer to the station's there is actually closer to Parklea where my aunt here lives, but they were renovating there, so it was really confusing trying to get when I got out, and obviously I've never been there, and there's like two options, and she told me there was there's a pub nearby, and I couldn't find the pub because it was at the other end of the street, and yeah, and there's only like one platform or so. So there's two options, and the first one I went, it was on the street side where there was like obviously no shops, so I had to make my way back up, and yeah, but anyway, first day, got out, got on the shuttle service, got off at Lidcombe, found the platform, it said I went to Blacktown. The train before it went out Liverpool, Cabramatta way, which is like opposite direction, and that was the train I got on. Yeah, so, and that was actually the only time I think I was standing on a train, like, because it was pretty crowded by that stage, and I'm there, and because in the morning, when we went into the first train I caught, a couple of the stops were the same, so I thought I was on the right train, like Auburn, Clyde, Granville were ones that were passed in the morning. And yeah, and then I was looking on the list of stops, and then I was seeing like Liverpool, Campbelltown, Cabramatta, and I'm there thinking, I don't think this is the right train. So I'm on the phone to my auntie, I'm trying not to like panic, and everyone's staring at me as they're trying to keep calm, and I'm like, I'm on the wrong train, and but yes, so that was like awkward, because I'm trying not to have a meltdown on the public transport, because I was not used to Sydney's traffic, like, because Bathurst is quite tame to Sydney, and yeah, so that was, so I ended up getting off at Granville, which was the next stop, and the train to Blacktown, which was the one I don't know if I was supposed to actually be on that train, but that was the next train to Blacktown, because I asked one of the people, like, who do the, one of the workers there, so I was like, so the train to Blacktown was the one straight after, so I got on that, and yeah, made it home. So that was I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I mean, for someone who wasn't used to Sydney transport, it was quite hectic. And yeah, so that was the first day experience, but then so I think that, was it the next day? Or maybe it was Saturday. I have a feeling it was Saturday, because Saturday, it pelted. It was really, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Saturday, actually, because, I think that was supposed to be traditionally the biggest, the biggest weekend. And, yeah, it rained, like, yeah, it was insane. And so, basically, I mean, I had like there's like a rain jacket, borrowed my dad's because I didn't have one. And, I had the hardest time, because I had an umbrella, but it broke, because it blew upwards, so that wasn't much good to me, so I was dripping wet. I'm trying to keep my notebook and my media guide and everything, like, shielded so they're not getting wet. But it was extremely hard trying, because I mean, I did not look the slightest bit professional, because I was dripping with rain, like, what, yeah, it was dripping wet, and oh my god, horrible day. I mean, not so much horrible, I mean, because that was the day I interviewed Dr. Harry, because I was going to go up to him the first time, and, because he's supposed to do a demonstration, and because of the weather, it got called off, and so it was like one-on-ones, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll get a line, and I'll, ask him a few questions, and then I was, of course, dripping wet, so I was like, yeah, I think I might wait a bit, but, because I ended up having to go down later on that afternoon, but yeah, that day, it was horrible with the rain. I think it was actually the worst, I mean, it rained a couple of times, but nothing like that Saturday. It was, and then the Sunday, which was the worst day out of all of them, because I don't know if, just trying to think. If you've seen in my videos how sometimes you might catch glimpses of, like my watch, as golden amethyst. I lost that watch. 1 minute I had it, the next it was, because I kind of remember what story I was covering, but, yeah, I came, and I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I can't remember what story I was covering, but I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, it was the Sunday. And, I came, because, like, I had to go to the toilet, so I had it when I went there. I'm sure you all wanted to know that, but, yeah, so I went to the toilet, came out, because my clasp, I had been having problems with it, like it kept coming loose, but no, I was normally pretty, like, good at catching it before it fell, so, I tightened the clasp, and it was right. I went to lunch, I got to dessert, and I just looked at my wrist and noticed it was gone, and, yeah, it was just, because I was actually quite tired from the early starts and the late finishes, and it just made everything seem so worse, because I was quite distressed, to say the least. I was trying not to, because obviously more important things, like losing a watch isn't the end of the world, but for me, because that watch, I got it as a 21st birthday present a few years ago, and from my auntie and uncle, the same auntie who I was actually staying with, and because my uncle has actually since passed away. It was like the last gift I actually got from him, and I mean, I loved that watch. It was, because it did come with like a bracelet, which was the same design, so I still have that, but the watch was the main part, because that's what I wanted for my 21st, because I needed a new watch. And yeah, when I realised I'd lost it, it was pretty much one of the worst feelings I've ever gotten, experienced, and because I actually think I finished quite late that day as well, so, but yeah, that was, because, I mean, I've backtracked and everything, but by that stage, I never found it, because I have a feeling someone would have picked it up, because, I went backtracked where I knew I had it, and I didn't see any sign of it. So it was either someone's picked it up, or it was trampled on in tiny little pieces. And I mean, because one of the girls, I was kind of preoccupied that day with like the looking and stuff, and she made a report with the lost and found, and but never heard, because I knew if I didn't hear within the first couple of days, it's safe to say it was lost. And yeah, by the end of the next, I still haven't heard, so I know it's gone. So that was like the worst day of the show for me. I haven't watched now because my auntie got me another one, which it's actually quite nice. I don't know if you can see, but it's not the same as the watch I had, and so I was quite glad for the next day, because that was my first day off, and because we went shopping, because that was what we were going to do, because I love shopping in Sydney, and I haven't had the chance to do that for quite a few years. So we went to West Point in Blacktown, which is part of the Westfield chain, I believe, and I spent a lot of money, so I did massive retail therapy, which I needed after the day I had the previous day, and that's where I got my books and my DVDs, and wound up with $17 in the bank from it was over $100 I spent, because I was getting Centrelink paid that week, so it wasn't too disastrous, otherwise I wouldn't have spent so much money. But yeah, so other than that, once I got over those first few days, it actually went quite quickly, and I didn't have as obviously much trouble, just with that, because I was sort of getting into a routine, and after a few days I felt like as a month had gone by, and I think that's what my auntie felt like too, because obviously she had to put up with me, because I'm not exactly the hardest, easiest person, because to put up with, I'm not bad or anything, but, I'm a fussy eater, and, yeah, it's just sort of those type of things, but, it was pretty alright, because there's, a standing joke that, because, Marnie actually likes to drink scotch, and, because I actually got her a bottle of, this Black Douglas, it's $30, I think it was, which I got as a thank you for putting up with me for 2 weeks, and because that's what I got her, because I never actually bought alcohol before because I'm not a drinker. And then I gave it to her. I said, "Oh, this is something to like help you through the 2 weeks." And then there's like, because there's a standing joke that she'd probably have me on the alcohol, like on the scotch by the end of the 2 weeks, but that never happened, which is quite good because I couldn't afford to keep up with drinking. So but yeah, that was just kind of, once the first 4 days or so went by, like got over that hurdle, the rest of the time went by pretty smoothly. I finished watching The West Wing, which was the only TV I had time for, really, because I watched it like on my days. I think I watched one episode earlier on in the thing, but then on my day off I finished. I had like 4 episodes left because I thought would have it finished by the time that I left, but like for the internship, but that never worked out. So yeah, I finished The West Wing, so that's that show is finished. Amazing show. Actually really want to rewatch it now that I finished it, but yeah, don't have the time to do that. I've got to focus on all my other shows and uni and stuff, so, but yeah, I mean, I had a few DVDs with me, but that was the only one I finished. And that, because now it's sort of like, because I mean, I don't watch that much TV. I mean, obviously, now that Doctor Who's back, I'm watching that every week, because nothing can keep me from my Doctor Who. Because, I mean, that was, because I told my, because I mentioned earlier, my parents are away at the moment. They're, like, away for a week. And, they're just on holidays. I mean, still in New South Wales, but, yeah, because I spoke to them not too long ago, and I was like, because I think I actually told them yesterday that, not to call during Doctor Who, so I was like, because I'm not going to answer the phone if anyone rings, so, because that's like at 7:30, and then today, like they called about 6ish, because I was just finishing up with tea and that, so I was like, oh, because they're like, oh, how long have you got till, like, what time does Doctor Who start? So I said, oh, 7:30. Oh, I've got enough time to talk to you, so, but yeah, that was just, kind of like, random. I keep jumping back and forth with this, thing. Anyway, yeah, with TV, Doctor Who, getting sidetracked. Doctor Who's a regular, and Hawaii Five-0 I watch as well, which is on Sunday nights, and I've also recently fallen. I mean, I've always loved, well, in the past couple of years, no, last year, yeah, hasn't been 2 years yet, it's been close to a year, because, I mean, no, I love NCIS, it's my second favourite show, next to Doctor Who, and normally I wait for the DVDs because I don't like having to wait a week for an episode, but now I've been watching series 8, season 8, sorry, again, Doctor Who. Season 8 is currently still on here in Australia. We're, I think, a few episodes out from the finale, because I know we're behind the US, as per usual. And I've actually been starting to watch season 8 again. I don't know if that actually has, because I actually recently applied to play Ziva in one of my roleplay games, and I'm playing her now, so that might be why I've started watching the series again to keep up with canon and stuff. But yeah, so I was quite annoyed because on Sunday, because that's obviously what I meant, because my auntie let me watch the TV, even though she doesn't really watch TV that much, but she let me, because I said, oh, watch Hawaii 5-0, because I've been watching that since the start, and I sat down to watch it, and it was a repeat. I was so annoyed. And so was NCIS. Like, I managed to get home at like 8:30, which is when or 8, well, it's on actually 8:40, because Talking About Your Generation goes till 8:40. And I got home at 8:30, so it was like enough just to catch, watch NCIS. And it was a repeat as well, so I was really annoyed. Because, yeah, I'm just trying to, yeah, I'm getting really confused with the days. Yeah, because there's like 2 lots of Tuesdays where, and so 2 episodes of NCIS, but they were season 6 episodes, so I've seen them. And yeah, in Hawaii 5-0, I recognised I'd seen them, the episodes already as well, so yeah, it's like 2 shows I actually watch on a regular basis, and they're both repeats. But sorry, again, new episode of Hawaii 5-0 is tomorrow, so because I'm actually watching them as they come on TV, not online. But and new NCIS is on Tuesday, so yay. Even though I may not actually be here for the Tuesday episode, I might have to tape that. Because with the print simulation and everything, I may not get home for like till late in the evening, because it's actually pretty much similar to what I did at the Bush Telegraph for the past couple of weeks, and that we have to write stories like we're in, like, it's like role play, like simulation, and yeah, it's actually, I'm quite looking forward to it. It's like, it's going to be really stressful, because one of my friends actually did it last year, but yeah, it's going to, I think it will like actually be really fun, even though it'll take up a lot of time. But yeah, I keep getting sidetracked. But anyway, so the 2 TV shows that I watched that were, because obviously Doctor Who didn't start till the 30th, so I didn't have Doctor Who. But yeah, the past couple of weeks, the 2 shows I watched were both repeats, which sucked. So, because I was looking forward to new episodes, and yeah, so just trying to think what else. Yeah, so basically, I was with the Bush Telegraph, so writing stories, putting them together, etc. And there's a couple of days where I was in the media centre, which is just to rotate. So a couple of journalism interns would team up with the PR interns, and we'd put together like a YouTube video, which if you search for Sydney Royal Easter Show's official YouTube page, the videos are in there. I actually haven't watched the videos that we made yet, but yes, if you're curious, it's the Sydney Royal Easter Show's YouTube page. But it was actually quite interesting being in the media centre, because obviously the show got a lot of press during its 2 weeks, because it's like the biggest event in Australia, and I think it's like in the top 10 events in the world. It's really huge, and yeah, so a lot of press. So hanging around in the media centre, because obviously had to wait for events to happen and stuff. So there was a fair bit of waiting, but it was a really interesting, like, being up with all the media people, and yeah, and but so much food in the media centre, because like they get their own pie. I mean, it's the same pie as like the show, but they actually have the food up there, so they don't have to go down. and they like got fruit platters and sandwiches. So I was picking out a bit up there too. It's like it's free food, so because I actually so that was quite a lot of people, like the Telegraph interns, they hated going to the media centre. I actually didn't mind too much, but then I think the first time was because the girl I was teamed up with the first time, she was also a Doctor Who fan. But that was actually the day I found Elizabeth Sladen actually passed away. I was in the media centre, and her passing made news, like which I was actually surprised about, because I didn't think it like maybe ABC News, because that's like the channel where like Doctor Who has a lot of history, but it made Channel 10 news. So I mean, I don't know about the other news channels, but that's where I found out, and I was really stunned, and I was just kind of like, what? In the middle of the media centre with people around, so like I was just in shock, kind of, because like the first picture, like when the picture appeared, for a moment I thought it was actually Tom Baker, but then I realised it was Elizabeth Sladen, and yeah, that sort of, because I was finishing up for the day and caught that headline, and like because I've sort of been out of the loop for the past couple of, like, been out of the loop with the media and stuff, so I hadn't heard any news that day, and because I think it had happened like in the morning, but I didn't find out till late in the evening, and yeah, that's and it's quite distressing actually. Like, because we talked about it the next day, and this in the like, well, not so much the cafeteria. It's sort of like we were together, like we were just having like scones and the CWA thing, and I was actually talking about it, and I was trying to stop myself from crying. It was just and I'm not a crier, so that's pretty much like how affected I was by Elizabeth Sladen's passing, because it was just so out of the blue, and yeah, sadly never expected like it to happen, like most people. So yeah, that wasn't really like a good thing to happen. So yeah, but yeah, so it's in the media centre for 2 days. I actually met one of the reporters from Channel 7. That was quite interesting, because the day before I'd actually seen him filming one of the segments, and then the following day, I mean, it was only like for a couple of seconds, but like he introduced himself to me, so yeah, it's quite interesting actually. With Damien Smith, I think his name is. Yeah, I mean, most people probably don't know who he is unless you're in Australia, but he's a reporter with 7 News. Can't remember if I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, so that's basically what my duties entailed. Like did PR, like social media. Yeah, no, it was social media. I didn't do actual PR. And then I collected stories and stuff, like wrote stories for the Bush Telegraph. It's a couple, because yeah, most starts were 8:30, but there are a couple of like 7:15 starts. So because a couple of the days I had to I mean, the days I had my social media were like 7:15, 7:30 starts. And but then the other days I had to help deliver the Bush Telegraph, and the first day I was on was the day it pelted. So it wasn't too good, because like we're in the buggy and we're driving around the showgrounds like at 7:30 and it's pelting down rain. So that was one of the days we had to like hand deliver later on, because half of it didn't get delivered. But the second time I was on, it went a lot smoother because it wasn't raining, so yay. But yeah, so my second day off, which was the Saturday before, it was the 23rd, the day before Easter Sunday, and so I slept until like 10:30, which was the latest I'd slept in, because we didn't actually have to do anything until 3, because so I rolled out of bed at 10:30, which I was trying to stay till 11, but my bladder wouldn't let me stay, which again, I'm sure you all wanted to know that, but yeah, so I rolled out of bed, and just sort of like was on the net, did some reading, because I actually, yeah, as I've mentioned, I'm close to halfway through The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which was the book I took with me to read, and yeah, so I was like reading on the net, and then at 3, my auntie, like, we drove into Mount Druitt, Westfield, where they've got the cinemas, and we saw Thor. So that was at like 10 to 4, and you know, what was also particular about this cinema experience was we saw it in 3D. And this was the first time both of us had seen a 3D movie, but it was the only option, so we thought we'd take a chance and see what it was like. Because I thought it'd be like I'd be ducking and swaying, and like I didn't know if I could get sick from watching it. But it was so much fun. Like, Thor was fracking amazing. And I think the 3D made it, like, it was just, I mean, I'd never actually, like, read the comics or anything. Like, I don't know too much about Thor. Just that he's the god of thunder. And, but it was so much fun. Chris Hemsworth was great in the role. I was actually quite jealous of Natalie Portman. It's like, she got to kiss him and it's like, she got paid to do that as well. So, I just loved everything about it. And, I don't know if there's going to be a sequel, but I'm pretty sure there will be. I mean, obviously, because probably not going to be for a little while, because Natalie's obviously pregnant, so I don't think she'll be making too many movies for the next little while. So, but Thor was incredible, and I really loved the references to like the Marvel Universe. Even though apparently there was supposed to be a scene at the end of the credits where it was like Nick Fury was there as well, but I didn't see that because we left during the credits. So because yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's playing Nick Fury, but I didn't see that scene. But yeah, Thor was amazing, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also in the Avengers, like, because I know that's coming up next year or so, which I can't wait for, because, yeah, I just loved this movie, and, yeah, first movie of 2011 that I've seen, because I haven't had a chance to get to the pictures, but, because my auntie wanted to see Thor, but no one else, she didn't know anyone else who wanted to see it, and I was like, oh, I want to see Thor, because I saw the trailer, and I was just like, yeah, I want to see that. And I can't remember if I said in my questions and answers video if it was one of my anticipated movies for 2011. I'd have to go back and check, but anyway, Thor, amazing, at this stage in my top 3 movies. I mean, it won't be number 1 because I already know Harry Potter's going to be, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 will be my favourite movie of 2011. No contest there, but Thor was amazing. And I actually, because we're watching the trailers, and I'm actually quite intrigued to see Pirates of the Caribbean 4. I was sort of in that, like, flat out refusing to go see it, it'll be horrible, they should have just left it at 3, but then I saw the trailer and I was like, actually that looks like it'll be awesome. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll get to see it in the theatres, don't know if I'll have time, but, yeah, there's that and the source code that I would like to see, in the next few weeks. Whether or not I get to that, remains to be seen, but yeah, so saw Thor in the cinemas 3D. So I don't know if I'll see too many 3D movies, but depending on what they are, obviously, and the options I have. Sorry. Again. But yeah, so there's that. Also, after we saw Thor, we had dinner at Pizza Hut, which most of the Pizza Huts here in Australia have reverted just to a simple takeaway. Like, you can't eat there, because normally it used to be like you could eat salads and pasta and have like a buffet type thing, and they stopped doing that. Most of them have closed, like changed, and because there used to be a Pizza Hut in Bathurst, like up until probably I was in year 6, so 99 was probably the last time, roughly around then, because I loved going to Pizza Hut. It was like my choice for like birthday dinners and everything, and they closed down. So, but there's still one in Mount Druitt, I think one of the only few in the area, and so we went to eat there, and it's actually quite nostalgic eating there, because I remember I used to love this pasta and bolognese sauce. That was like one of my favourite things about going there, and yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, I was getting like pizza and everything, and I saw that they had the pasta still, and I was like, yeah, mine. So, and then I was like going to the desserts, and actually felt like a little kid with ice cream and sprinkles and marshmallows, but yeah, so that was actually quite a good day and the thing. So yeah, I think that just about covers everything. Like, my final day was Tuesday, like this past Tuesday, the 26th. My days are all out of whack. So yeah, because the show finished the 27th, but I didn't know if the last day was the 26th or the 27th. Like, the paper's last day was the 26th. So yeah, but I ended up, because they were all going out to drinking, like, on site, but I'm not a drinker, like, as I mentioned, and so I was staying as late as I possibly could, and because I didn't get out till like 6:30, because we were having like a group photo, and I was trying to and because I'm horrible with photos, if you go to my Facebook page, I don't actually use it, but if you search Tracy Austin, which, yeah, it's, you should find it, because it's got a I've got like a picture, and that, I mean, it's outdated, I probably should change that picture, because that's from 2007, but anyway, there's a, like, in my photos thing where I've been tagged, and that can probably see most of them my eyes are closed. So we were trying to, I had to take so many photos just to get one where my eyes are open, because yeah, I'm terrible with like flashes and stuff. I mean, sometimes I'm good, but with them, like, my eyes, it's just depending on the brightness and stuff, otherwise they're closed, and yeah, it's quite embarrassing, but so that was the final day, and then, sorry, mouth's a bit dry. So yeah, that was the final day, and parents came and picked me up the Wednesday, and then we came home, and then yeah, it's just sort of, I mean, Thursday, I had, well, not obviously you don't, I had to go into work to find out what my, because like I haven't worked in the past few weeks, and I've actually, yeah, I mean, I always complain about going into work, like I just hate having to drag my, I mean, I like my job, like it could be worse, and I just hate having to drag my, I think it's just the whole going to work and actually having to do something to and like work and earn money, and I've missed having my work income. I mean, I don't get that much now because I've uni and like average like a shift a week, but I mean, because I get Centrelink payments benefits now because I never used to, so I've got a bit more money behind me and stuff, and so I had to go into work and check my roster because I made it available from next Friday, because I was going to put down this Friday, but I knew I'd be too buggered to go back to work. So but yeah, I'm working Friday, Saturday, which I'm going to have to, because obviously with the print simulation, I'm going to have to work out, because I think we're allowed a couple of days here and there where we don't go in, so I might just have to use those couple of days and say I'm working Friday, Saturday, but then the 14th stock take starts, and I've got 3 5 till 10 shifts, so that'll be quite interesting because I haven't actually done stock take since 08. Normally I've been doing register work since stock take, and yeah, so I'll be going, I think I'm on the recordings of like where you've got to record how much stock and stuff, but yeah, so that'll be good money, so because it's like 15 hours work in that 1 week, so yay money. So hopefully end up with that shift, because I want to order the Man from U.N.C.L.E. complete series. I've sort of set out, so with that pay I want to order that. It's like my #1 major DVD I want at the minute, because if you've seen my 18 reviews, you'll know that I mentioned like how I love David McCullum who plays Ducky in NCIS, and yeah, it's just I want the Man from U.N.C.L.E. now, because I've been watching YouTube clips and stuff, and but yeah, I just really want that series, and so yeah, that's sort of will hopefully be in a future update, but yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully gave you all an idea as to what my 2-week adventure was like, why I wasn't making YouTube videos. I'm glad that I actually had the chance to make them now, because I'm sort of like I just sort of fallen into a pattern where I love just making the videos, and being away from filming for 2 weeks was like, even though I had the camera there, but obviously couldn't really film. But yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. I don't know when my next video will be, so just I guess have to wait and see. So until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!